Hey everyone, Chrissy here for ThermoWeb, and I'm going to show you how to make a tone-on-tone card using some Decofoil and some Gina K designs that are available through ThermoWeb. So first I cut a piece of cardstock. This is from the Gina K collection and it's the turquoise sea color. And I cut it to 4 by 5 1/4. Now I'm just adhering it down with a little bit of washi tape, and then you can see I'm putting a stencil over it. I'm going to use my Decofoil transfer gel, and I'm just going to put a light layer of transfer gel all over this panel. Now I used washi tape to secure it down because there's nothing worse than stenciling a stencil and then it moves at the last minute and everything smears. So I just wanted to make sure that I had a nice clean impression basically with that transfer gel, and you can see I'm kind of scraping it off. You can add a thicker layer if you want, but I prefer to do it nice and thin. The foil seems to transfer much better and it's just not as bulky and like bumpy. Everything looks really nice when you keep it nice and thin. So go ahead and set it aside to dry. It takes about an hour, so you can kind of see it here. It dries clear, so it is hard to see, especially when you're using like a lighter color. If you were using black, I guess it might show up a little bit more. So then I just cut a sheet of the matching turquoise sea foil. That's the Gina K Fancy foil, and I just put it in parchment paper, and now you can see that I'm cutting some more foil the same color. I had die cut that adorable little sentiment out using the oval, the double stitch small set die. And now I just put a little bit of powder over it. I don't know if it's really necessary, but I have found that sometimes the grease from my hands or the oils from my hands, and I do tend to wear like a good amount of lotion, it does kind of seem like it hinders that foil from adhering. So I just wanted to make sure it was nice and clean. And so I put it in parchment paper and ran it through my laminator, just like I did with this. So this is my background now. You can see it looks so pretty. It's that just the tone on tone. It's all that same turquoise color, but you have the stencil that's a little bit shiny. And since this is a birthday card, I chose to use that stencil that was like a bunch of numbers. I figured that would pretty much work for any birthday then. So now I'm also grabbing the coordinating ink. It is again the same color, that turquoise sea, and I had created a card base, and that is out of the same stock, and I cut it 4 1/4 by 11, and I scored it at 5 1/2. So now I'm just adding some 3D foam squares. I'm going to put that panel that we foiled onto the card base. And again, my little sentiment is running through the laminator. It's almost done. I run it through one time and that's it. And you can see here, I'm pulling it out of the parchment paper and I pull off the foil and it's completely done. It looks awesome. So now I'm actually going to add some ink because keeping this tone on tone, I'm doing everything kind of in this, you want to say monotone, that would be like all basically the same color. So I wanted to soften up that white background. So I'm using the turquoise sea ink just with a foam blending tool, and I'm basically making that paper look like it's the same color. So I kind of did it darker on the edges and then lighter in the center. You can see I kind of keep going around. I'm adding it. I did want to add like a little bit of, I guess, dimension, you can say, by having it go from dark to light. Not really an ombre, but I just kind of wanted the ends, like the edges, to stick out a little bit more. And then the great thing about this ink is you can kind of treat it like some of the other inks that are out there where you could like watercolor with it, or when you add water, you can see I flick some water on there. The water is basically the spots where the water hit, it's gone. The ink is disappearing, and you can see it really well like on that yellow piece of paper that I used to protect my surface. It's a little hard to see with there, you can see it a little bit more. It's just because the foil is so shiny, it just didn't show up that great on video, but the pictures that I do share, you can see it a lot better. But it's, and the darker colors you use, like I did do a purple card as well that I'll show, you can see it a lot more. So then just to finish up this card, I'm adding a few more of the 3D foam adhesives, and I'm just going to put it on the front of the card, and that's it. Using all these Gina K products makes it so easy to create any type of card, and it goes super fast and everything coordinates together. So here's all 3 cards I made. It was super fast. I definitely hope you'll give this a try. Make sure to check out our blog and website all the time. Thanks guys. Bye-bye.